Are you wholesaling houses because you just don't have the money to actually flip them or buy and hold? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how to find private money lenders for your real estate in 2021. This is how we have raised over $5 million in private funds to flip over 30 properties, to acquire 9 rentals, and to even get into new builds, which right now we're doing 4 new build homes. All of this without spending a dime of our own money. But simply finding them isn't enough. I'm also going to show you how it is that you can count on them whenever it is that you need money to take down a deal. All of that and more coming up. This is John Barbera with an investor's journey, bringing you the freshest tips and strategies to help you invest in real estate the right way without any of the fluff. In this channel, we share with you lessons learned as real full-time real estate investors, the good, the bad, and the ugly, like this video right here. So if you're new and you like the value, please consider giving us a thumbs up. This video is actually part 5 of our series that we've been doing that you can check out right here on how to build your buyers list. And in this video, we're going to expand on that and all the benefits of building the right buyers list first before you even begin looking for deals. It's a common mistake, and this is why you need to build a buyers list first. So check out that series, and also make sure you hit that bell notification below, because every time we drop a new video, you'll be notified instantly. That way you don't miss anything, because a lot of these strategies are changing so quickly as the market changes. So you don't want to be catching on too late to a strategy that can help you right now make tens of thousands of dollars. And make sure you stick to the end, as I'm going to share with you a powerful tip on how you can have these private money lenders coming to you. So let's get into this episode. So I always hear the same thing from anybody that's just starting to get into real estate, it's new to real estate. They always give me the same exact line. I'm going to be wholesaling until I can make enough money so I can actually start picking up flips or rentals, because that's really what I want to do. But I don't have the money, so I need to start wholesaling. Obviously, this means that you're new to real estate, right? This means that you're new, so you believe that, like the saying goes, it takes money to make money. Well, all that is telling me is that you are new and you lack the resources. You're not being resourceful enough to acquire the money that's going to be able to get you to flipping and buying rentals right now. You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait until you've amassed this, number of dollars that's magically going to help you start flipping and buying rentals. The issue with you trying to wait until you've wholesaled enough deals and made enough money before you start flipping or buy and hold is that wholesaling is a very tedious business. It's a lot of work. It takes a lot of effort, and sometimes it doesn't pay out as good as you think. So it's going to take you a very long time before you actually make the money that you need to flip or buy rentals. And typically what's going to happen by you taking that amount of time building up your wholesale business and everything is that you're going to get burned out. You're going to get burned out, and then next thing you know, you're just done with real estate. And I don't want you to do that. You understand? Real estate, as if you've seen any of my videos, I believe is an amazing place to invest and to build real wealth. The thing is that it takes time and it takes a lot of hard work. But if you're doing a lot of hard work, and I want to give you this example, it's like you can move really fast on a treadmill, or you can move slower on a ladder, right? On the ladder, you're actually going somewhere. On the treadmill, you're just going really fast, and you're still in the same location. There are 3 main ingredients that are crucial when it comes time to raising private money and finding private money lenders. It's experience, credibility, and trust. Without any of these 3 ingredients, you're always going to end up overpaying for private funds. And when you actually have a deal and you need the money to close, it will not be there. So those 3 ingredients are pretty much what we're going to be talking about throughout this whole episode. But before we do, there are 3 people that you don't want to borrow money from. The first 2 are friends and family. Now, I know there's a lot of gurus out there saying that that's where you should start. Always borrow money from friends and family. that's not a good idea. If you're starting off, you haven't done flips, you haven't done anything, last thing you want to do is lose your family's money or your friend's money, because they're your friend, they're your family. You're going to see these people on a continuous basis, and you don't know what the hell you're doing, and you're raising money from them. So it's a recipe for disaster. And even if you're not going to lose money, the other issue is not everybody wants to have their friends or family members as their business partner. Because guess what? When they lend you money, that's exactly what they become. And now it becomes a nightmare. Flipping houses is already stressful enough. Acquiring rentals is already stressful enough. You don't need the wrong business partner doing this. And then the third place that you want to make sure not to borrow from is there are some websites or CRMs or some of these gurus that push out private money lending lists. You want to stay away from those, all right? Because these are lists where they have private money lenders on. And while this may seem, extremely beneficial to you, you got to understand if they're on that list, they're probably either very inexperienced and expensive, or these are people most likely like hard money lenders and institutional funds, which also creates a very expensive loan. All right. You want relationships. So don't look for these three people, because I'm telling you, it's a recipe for disaster every single time. So there are two best ways that you can find private money lenders for your real estate deals. All right. Number one, again, remember, this is part 5 on how to build your buyer's list. So number 1 is your buyer's list. Again, if you haven't seen any of those videos, check out the series, because I talk about how important it is. Building the right buyer's list is to building your credibility and your experience in real estate, right? So by building the right buyer's list, remember what I told you before, there are 3 ingredients to actually finding the right private money lenders. And one of those ingredients is credibility. And the way that you get credibility is if you build the right buyer's list and you've been wholesaling deals to these buyers that you've been working on, finding properties in the areas that they've been wanting, selling it to them, they're making money. You're building credibility that you know what a deal looks like. You understand what is a deal, especially if you've been implementing the strategies I've been telling you of asking questions of your investors. Like wholesaling the deal to them is just not enough. You got to follow up. How did it go? What worked? What didn't work? Right? You want to learn the process, and you want to show them that you are learning the process. Because the more you learn, the more you can build your experience, which is recipe number 2, right? You have experience, credibility, and trust. That's how you gain their trust. Because now they've been working with you. You've been making them money. They like you. They're like, this guy or girl is bringing me the deals. They understand what a deal looks like. They've been putting in the time, asking me the right questions, asking me why this isn't a deal or is a deal. How did I do this? How did I do that? So you're building credibility. You're building experience. All of this while you have a buyer's list that you've been curating over months or maybe a year or however long you've been curating this very unique buyer's list. And the reason you want to build the right buyer's list is because a lot of these buyers, they cannot afford to be full-time real estate investors. All right. So they are trying to flip properties or acquire rentals while they have something else that's generating the income that they need. Not a lot of them are full-time real estate investors. So if you've been building the right buyer's list and you've been showing your credibility, when it comes time for you to need money to do this, these are the people that you go to. Because now they trust you, they know you have experience, they know you have credibility, and they don't have the time. So now you bring them a deal like you do every other one. And you say, hey, I want to take this deal on. Would you be a lender to me on this property? You understand? If you've done the job correctly of building trust and building their reputation, 9 out of 10 times they're going to say yes. And when might they say no is when they want to partner with you on it. And guess what? You should do that also. Because you're not borrowing the money from them, but when you partner with them, you can show them that you know what you're doing. And trust me, one thing that you need to understand about private money lenders is just because they have the money to lend doesn't mean they have the knowledge to invest. All right? This is very crucial. This is something that you need to rewind and play it again. Just because they have the money to lend does not mean that they have the experience to invest. And there's a lot of people that have the money, but lack the experience or lack the knowledge on how to invest. And if you can show them and you can prove to them that you have the experience, you have the credibility, and you have the trust between you guys, they'll be able to lend to you because now they're able to put their money to work with somebody that they trust. And they know their money is secure because you've shown them that you know what you're doing. So again, if you've been following the whole series, I've told you, how do you partner with these lenders, with these buyers? How do you partner with them so you gain more experience and you can show that you know what you're doing? And as I alluded to this a little bit, so strategy number 2 is from your partners, people that you've partnered with, all right? A lot of times we talk about, the importance of partnership. I mean, a lot of times. I think there's not one video that I have done where I have not spoken about the importance of partnerships. Partnership is how we build our business, how we continue to build our business, how we continue to grow our business. I love this saying is, do you want 100% of a grape or 50% of a watermelon? Right? Let that sink in a little bit. You got to understand that when you're building your business, when you're getting started, when you don't have things, you need to show people you have experience. You need to show people that you have credibility. You need to show people that they can trust you. The 3 ingredients, remember, you need to show that to people. And through partnerships is how you can do this. So how can you effectively get private funds from partnering with people? You're saying, all right, John, but if I partner with people, that means that I'm not getting private money. Wrong, because you're partnering with people that have access to private money. So you got to choose your partners wisely, all right? Choose the partners that have the resources that you want access to. Don't partner with people that use hard money, right? Because they have access to hard money. Partner with people that have access to private money. Because what happens when you partner with these investors is their credibility brushes off on you. Because people start seeing, oh, John is working with so-and-so who has, we know that person. We know how big they are. So then John is learning. So, okay, so John is doing it the right way. He's learning things. He's learning how to do this correctly. So now they start associating you with them and they trust them. So a lot of the times, these private money lenders start reaching out to you. They find out who you are. Because private money lenders, you got to understand, especially the ones that have deep pockets, they don't like their money sitting. They want their money continuously moving. So they're always looking for new investors to lend to. The problem is that they're looking for people that have experience, that have credibility, and that have trust. Did I mention that before? In case I didn't, those are your 3 ingredients. But they're always looking for that. And what happens when you partner is, I told you this before, you get that partners' resources. You start seeing what contractors are they using. And then you can start using those contractors. You start seeing who are their private money lenders. A lot of times these partners are not going to tell you who their private money lenders are because not so much that the partners are greedy, but in our case, I've gotten asked a lot of times, hey, who's your private money lender? My issue is I don't want to see my private money lenders get screwed. Right? So if I don't want to be giving out their information. It's not my job to give out their information. You understand? A lot of our private money lenders are very private. They don't want other people knowing that they're lending money because now they start getting bombarded by a bunch of real estate investors or wannabes all the time. And it gets to a point where now they may get pissed off with us. So you got to understand where the partner is coming from with them not wanting to give you their private money lender. But a lot of times, if they have good private money lenders, they're watching that investor. They're watching what they're doing. They might be even stopping by the project every so often to check it out. This is why when you partner with somebody on a project, you want to be there whenever they're there. Because that's when you start meeting their investors. You start meeting their contractors. You start seeing how they do it. We've partnered with a lot of wholesalers that are transitioning from wholesaling to fix and flips or buy and hold, and they want to partner with us to learn that process. So they'll bring a deal and we'll partner with them on it. And then we're telling them, hey, we're making a trip to Home Depot. Hey, we're going to the house. We're doing this. The first week, they're on board. After that, they're gone. Because it takes so much work to run a project and stuff like that all of a sudden they don't appear anymore. And we meet with our money lenders at the projects. We meet with investors. We meet with so many people there that's how you get those connections. You understand? That's how you meet these people that are later going to invest with you. And we had wholesalers. There's one wholesaler in particular that he's killing it because he's doing it this way. He's smart. He's partnered with us. He met our contractors. He's met the people we work with. Some of our private money lenders lend to him as well. Some of our contractors work with him as well. And honestly, we don't care. You understand? It doesn't hurt our feelings because our investors have the money for that. You understand? And they're always going to come with us first. But guess what? If I don't have money, I do want them moving their money. And if they're lending it to somebody that has worked with me and that person's taking care of them, that reflects very positively on me as well, right? So it's a win-win across the board, but you want to partner. So I told you about the bonus tip. Here's the bonus tip. Document it. Document everything you're doing. I've told you this before. Create a Facebook profile, all right? Regular, if you don't have one already, create a Facebook profile, and then you can convert that. Just Google this, all right? Or I'll put the link below in the description. All the links to videos and everything is going to be below in the description. But Google how to convert your personal profile to a public page, all right? Why do you want to convert it? Because chances are your personal profile is crap. You have a lot of stuff in there that maybe you don't want people to see. So what you want to do is convert it to a business, a public profile, public figure page. And by doing so, on there, you keep it strictly business. All right. And on there, you're always posting, hey, I'm networking. Hey, I'm marketing. I just acquired this property. I'm selling this. I'm partnering with this person. Oh, going to see this house, going to manage this contractor, going to pick up that material. Doing this is what's gotten us to get so much private funds because people are always watching. And they're watching what you do, and they're watching, and then they reach out to us. Again, I've said this in previous episodes. One of our biggest private money lenders came from Facebook. They were watching us and watching us. Not once had they engaged on any of the posts or any of the things that we've done on Facebook. Not once. I didn't even know that person existed. And they reached out to us like, hey, we've been following you, quite some time now, and we see that you really know what you're doing. So we have $500,000 right now that we want to invest, and we want to put it up with you. This was, I want to say like 2 years ago. Been investing ever since. It's gotten to a point where right now I just text them how much I need, and they're like, done. When do you need it by? You understand? That level of trust. That is ways beyond what you can possibly think of. And all of that because people need to see that you know what you're doing and not just hear you say that you know what you're doing. You understand? You just bragging about the deals you're doing isn't enough. They need to see that you're actually doing. They need to see that you know what it is that you're talking about. So if you really want to grow this, again, by doing this, you create that profile. People are watching you. You're joining groups. You're participating. You're showing people. You're helping people. Eventually, these people start watching you, and they start reaching out to you. They start saying, hey, I see you're picking up properties. I have money if you need ever some money for another property. I'm not kidding. They come to you. With all that being said, I hope this has been extremely valuable. Hit that like button if you're getting value. Check out this video. I want you to really watch this video up here. This one is the questions you need to ask to your buyers when you're building your buyers list. It's crucial. And then more training right here. So if you're getting value, hit that like, share with somebody that needs this, and I will catch you on the next episode.